Hello everybody and welcome to week 1 of BA220. My name is Cody Quast and I will be your teacher for the next 5 weeks. In this course we are going to be covering QuickBooks and other accounting software that companies use, but we will also be digging a lot into financial statements and how to read them and how to use them. We'll be reviewing the financial statements of a lot of big companies that you've heard about, obviously, like Walmart, Target, Coca-Cola, different things like that. But to start, I want to talk a little bit about the class and the setup. If you've taken an online class with EagleGate before, it's going to look similar to what you've done in the past. If you are new to EagleGate, hopefully this will give you a good idea. But even if you've seen all of this before, it'll be a good refresher for you just to let you know in case something has changed. So when you first log into your account, you will be on the home page. And on this, you're going to have modules 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each week is a new module. So in module 1, you can see that there are two things here. At the top, EagleGate Cafe and questions to the instructor. So these can also be located under the discussions link right here. But EagleGate Cafe, this is a quick bio about everybody. I posted one in there. If you could just please go in there and say, hi, this is my name. You know, this is how far I am into school or what I'm going into, and then maybe something interesting about you. This is just a way to kind of actually build an online classroom setting so we can all get to know each other a little bit better. The next one down is questions to the instructor right here. And what that is if you have a question that you want to throw out to me, but will also go out to the class so everybody can see it, feel free to post it there. And if there's another student that would like to chime in and maybe offer some advice, they can do that too. The main thing is just make sure that you do it professionally and that you have an idea of what you're talking about. I will also respond either way. If it's something that's more personal or you don't want to talk about in front of everybody, just email me directly or call me, something like that. The next item down is Module 1, Checklist and Objectives. So this is your checklist and objectives for the class. I would use this every week if I were you. It just kind of shows you what you need to do. The next one is the lecture and readings. So that's going to go over the lecture and then what you will have to, read. And then right here, you'll see Module 1 Lecture Response, which kind of ties into this. So let's click on the Lecture Response. So there will be a video that will be loaded in here, which is the video that you are watching right now. What you'll need to do is you need to write up a 150-word summary of what you learned in the lecture. So in the past, some of the problems that I've seen that students have had with this is they only talk about maybe what the reading for the week was, which is great. You can talk about that, if we're reading a specific chapter or talking about a specific company, you can talk about that, but you also need to talk about the lecture so I know that you actually watched the lecture and picked up what we were trying to teach to you. And as it says, it needs to be about 150 words. I'm not going to count every word. I'm not going to say, oh, you only have 148, so I'm going to dock points, but it needs to have substance in there, and you need to give a good summary of what we are going to be covering based off of the lecture. If you go back, you will see that there is a Module 1 discussion. So every week we're going to have a lecture response, a video to watch and a lecture response. Also, every week we are going to have a discussion question. So let's click on the discussion here. So this week's discussion is about QuickBooks. And you can see right here that every week you're going to have to post an initial post. So this is something new, not a response to somebody, something new, your opinion on the topic. And it needs to be done Wednesday night by midnight. Oh, didn't grab the W. Wednesday night by midnight of each week. If it's done after that, you can still get credit. So please still do it. Just know that it will be considered late. And it needs to be between 70 and 100 words. Again, I'm not going to sit there and count words, but it needs to have substance. It needs to actually give your opinion, support your opinion. So that needs to be done by Wednesday. Then by Sunday at midnight, as you can see right here, you need to post 2 follow-up responses. So your follow-up responses, again, need to have some meaning. We don't want you to just say, as it says right here, oh, great post or good job. As a rule of thumb, 30 words is good, or maybe a few sentences. That way we can see that you're actually trying to interact and express your opinion on something. If you want to disagree with somebody or if you want to disagree with one of my posts, that's fine. Again, just keep it professional. Say, hey, maybe look at it from this point of view. This is what I found. It'll create good discussion, which we want, but just keep it professional. So for this week, let's kind of give an example. So right here it says as part of the course, you received a QuickBooks workbook that is used by many to teach themselves how to use the program. QuickBooks is accounting software used by many companies to do their accounting. So do an internet search, find at least one more example of an accounting software typically used in this fashion, and look for information on each of them. Which do you think would be more useful? So you're going to be doing a little comparison and contrast on here. So you're going to have QuickBooks and maybe it's Peachtree or SAP or something else, and say why you think QuickBooks is better or worse than that, and which one you think would be more useful. Don't just go out there and say, I have no QuickBooks experience. I found that somebody uses SAP. I think that that one's better. That won't get you very many points. You need to actually say why you think the other one is better and support your opinion. So I think that covers the due dates for that. So let's go back to the home page and let's look at the assignment a little bit. So for the Module 1 assignment, we're going to jump right in and we are going to start looking at financial statements of Walmart and Target. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go out there and find the financial statements for these two, and again, do a comparison of them. And at the end result, once you're done, you're going to say which company you think is stronger or weaker, give the specific areas, maybe say, well, it looks like Walmart is better at managing its liabilities. Maybe they have less liabilities, or maybe it's Target, but something like that. And then at the end, you need to say which company you would rather invest in if you could. You need to support that decision, and that will be supported by all of the information that leads into it based on your financial statement analysis. This needs to be about 2 to 3 pages, typed, double-spaced, in APA format. So there's a template there that you can use. It needs to be in Word and submitted through Canvas. If you email it to me, I'm sorry, I cannot accept it. This is also due Sunday by midnight. And just as a rule of thumb, homework should always be due Sunday by midnight. If you don't get it turned in before, except for the final week, which it'll be due Friday, but that's all posted. If you do not get it in by Sunday night, that does not mean you automatically get a 0. You can still get points. It'll be marked as a 0 since you didn't turn anything in, but you can turn it in late and still get credit. You are docked 20% if it's turned in late, but still turn it in because every point is going to help. So I want to show you where you can get some financial information. So one of the websites that I use is Yahoo Finance. So for Walmart or Target, you could go to Walmart's website or Target's website, and there will probably be a link there called Investor Relations or something like that. You can go there and you can get your financial statements. Or another one that I find pretty handy is Yahoo Finance. So if you go, let's just say you go out and you grab the Wall Street Journal or USA Today and you want to look up Walmart stock and you look for Walmart, you're going to strike out. It's not going to show up. Every company has what's basically called a symbol. And so if you're right here, you can start to type in Walmart and you can see it's going to pull it up. Walmart stores, so WMT. If you click on that, it's going to pull up Walmart. You can see today they closed at $73.73. Yesterday they were $73.75, so they're down 2 cents today. Over here you can see their stock price for the day and kind of how it fluctuated. So it closed at $73.75. The high was $73.98. You can set this by 5 days, a month, 6 months, year to date, year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, max. So there's a lot of good information. You can also go to the financials down here. And this is going to have all of your information for 2016, 2015, 2014. So here's your revenue, your cost of revenue, your profit, your expenses, all of those different things. There will be more detailed financial statements probably on the company's website, but if you just need to get something that's quick, this is a good area to do it. Also on here, you're going to find some statistics about the company, conversations, what people are saying about it, other investors possibly, historical data, what the analysts are saying about it. So this is a good website to use. You can also go up here and you'll be able to search for Target. So back to the lecture. So what you'll need to do is make sure that you have that paper, and it has to be 2 to 3 pages and done by Sunday. So I think this class is going to be really good. I think you'll enjoy it, and I think you'll learn a lot about the financial statements as you go through. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me. I work during the day, but I will respond to you at night as quickly as I can. I try to get back to everybody within 24 hours. It might be a few hours slower on the weekend, but generally I try to keep it to 24 hours. I try to log in every day if I can. So that is our lecture for the week. Again, just a quick recap of what is due. You need to have your initial post done by Wednesday, 2 responses done by Sunday night at midnight. You need to respond to this lecture. Lectures need to be done by Wednesday as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So every week you'll have to do your lecture response, and then you'll also have an assignment that is due every week. So good luck with the class, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.